All right, this next one is What Did I Know by Tom Fogerty. Of course, Tom Fogerty is John Fogerty's brother from CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. So a couple of the dudes from CCR were on his solo album that had this tune on it. This was by request by Robert, a.k.a. Chester Proudfoot in Brazil. Thanks a lot for the tip. Thanks for turning me on to this tune. I had never heard it before. It's a very cool tune. I think you guys will like this. So it's going to have a D chord. You got 5 with your 7s. We're going to have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's going to be our basic strum for this kind of verse and stuff. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Go down to the B flat, first fret. And then this E minor chord is really strange. But it makes it a very interesting progression. Then we have a G. So that was D, B flat, and then E minor and G major. So 2, 3, and... And then the second time, you're just gonna have G to the A. So it's like 2 beats each, kind of jang, janga, jang, janga. Okay, one more time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're into a verse, and the verse is going to have that same thing with the G to A. It's going to go twice. But we have a little lead to talk about, and we also have to talk about the tuning. So everything is detuned to half step the way I'm playing it right now, but that's not exactly the pitch of the record. The pitch is slightly up from that half step, every string down. So you got to kind of listen. You got to get like one string, like try to get the D string to be really in tune with the song, and then just tune your other strings to that D string as close as you can if you want to play with the record and sound right. Okay, so we got this little lead to start with. Okay, so we're going to have, right after the first beat, you come in with this lead. We got, so that's 10, 10 on the B string to the 7. Then we're going to bend the 9th fret of the G string over here. Up and down to that 7, and then we go, we're going to staccato hit that 9. And then it's kind of 2 bends. It's almost like one's already up. Down to that 7. So we got, okay. Staccato, and then we're going to slide up, ring finger on the 12 and the 3rd to the 10 and 11. So we have 10, 11, 10, 11, 10 there. So. So it starts the same, then we go. So that was 7, 7, 10, 10, 9, 7, 9 to 10. Okay, so that lead again is boom. Okay, and right when that note hits, we got the verse. D, B flat, E minor, G to A. Do that twice. Now we're on the chorus. It's going to go G to A 3 times. Full bar each. And then D. And then we're going to have B flat to A. And you can kind of go, probably go dominant 7s on those if you want. Or you can keep them straight. So once again, that chorus, G, A. Now we have little fills that come in here, like on the second time of that. We're going to start on the 7th fret of the D. Okay, and the harmony of that is, so that's G string, 6, 7, and 9. Back to 7. So the first one, 7, 9, 9 to 11, back to 9 on the D. And the other one's on the G, 6, 7, and 9. Back to that 7. And then we're going to go to this D bass note. So that's just half step, and then a new verse starts. Okay, so that little fill was. And then verse. Now there's a fill here. Listen for that fill. So you got a downwards bend on the 10 to that 7. And we got our verse chords, like I say. A minor. Now, like I say, there's a fill here. There's also a fill. So we got a 7, 6, and a 7, 9, 9 to 11. And then you're gonna have a going into the chorus. So we got 7, 7, 6, 4, 6, 4. Okay, then we're in our chorus again. Got those fills. Okay, so we're back into that lead at that point. So we got the. Now here we're gonna go right to this higher one. And then we're gonna jump to the octave. So that's 17, 17, 14. Bend the second string, 17. Up and down, go to the 15. And then you'll hit that 15 again and do a couple bends on that 17. So it's. And then we get into a pedal steel solo there. So we have a 16, 16, 15, 15, 14, 16, 14, 12. So kind of straight down the scale there. Okay, so once more on this lead, we got. And then right as we hit that note, the pedal steel solo starts. It's like. So we have a 14 to 15 on the second. 12, 12. And then we kind of have a 16, 15 to 14, 14. Of course, on the pedal steel, they can get different weird chords and stuff. So we kind of got to simulate this. And then we're going to go. So we have a downward bend on the 14 and then 12, and then up to 16 and 14. And then the last one's gonna go bend the 14 up and hit the 15 underneath. Same thing up to. And then we're gonna hit this. You could kind of hit a. So we're bending the 17 of the second string. You could put the pinky below. Get a bent kind of chord thing like that. And then we have the. Back to a verse. That's kind of how that fill there goes. And if you listen close here, you'll hear him just kind of holding one little chromatic note at a time during that. Now we got our chorus. You got those same fills. And then. And then it's the same pedal steel solo. Okay, that's about it for What Did I Know? Tom Fogerty. Thanks again for the request, Robert. Appreciate you. See y'all soon.